Pooh, the Friendship Garden. Disney's all about the Pooh. It was early morning, bright skies, sunshine were streaming through Winnie the Pooh's window. Oh hum, Pooh yawned, wrinkling and stretching in his sniggly nightshirt. What a sunshine day. I think I'll celebrate by having a little smacker honey or breakfast. Goodness, Pooh exclaimed, opened his eyes wide. What would happen to all my honey? His cupboard shelves were empty from top to bottom. Pooh noticed dabs of money in his nightshirt. Then he remembered getting up quite a rumbled tummy in the middle of the night. Suddenly, a loud noise caught his attention. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Went out noise. Pooh looked and saw a tiny bee flying above his head. Pooh said, watching his bee careful. Where are these bees, these honey? I don't follow that. Bee right back at his hive. But just as Pooh spoke, the bee darted away. Wait for me, Pooh shouted, forgetting that it was still his nightshirt. Pooh ran as fast as he could around the little eggs, carried them and ran through the rabbit's garden, where the bee disappeared in the dark center of the wall, tall yellow flower. Pooh leaned way back to see where the bee had gone, and fell right into the rabbit's cabbages. Who's there? Said Rabbit, brushing over. It's me, Pooh. Pooh was brushing dirt off his nightshirt. I was just following a bee to find some honey, and he hid up there at a funny yellow tree. Rabbit looked up, but it's not a tree, Pooh, he said. It's a sunflower. A sunflower? What a wonderful thing. That must be why it's so bright and warm in your garden. No, Pooh, Rabbit said. Sunflowers are called because they turn their heads toward the sun. Do you see how they face the same way? Pooh nodded. What smart flowers, he murmured thoughtfully. Rabbit was very proud of sunflowers. Now, Pooh, he continued, I'll give you some flower seeds and you grow some sunflowers of your own. Pooh thought it was what an idea, and now took the back of the white seeds. So thank you, Pooh called, for he left his garden. I'm so sorry for the cabbages. Pooh was very excited about having his own garden. I must tell Piglet, he thought, crouching the seeds in the paw. Piglet's door. Good morning, Pooh. I will join me for breakfast. Pooh gratefully accepted Piglet's offer between gulps and honey. He explained that the sunflower garden he was going to plant, there were flowers very great brains, Pooh said solemnly. Garden's a lot of work, Piglet told Pooh. I'll get you my shovel and I'll help you. I'll keep the seeds in here with the honey, Pooh said to himself, dropping them in the sticky jar Piglet had given him. The way I will lose them. Piglet tried to explain Pooh about weeds and watering. Now Pooh began. It's very important to Pooh. Pooh Piglet around. Then with his friend, stretched out his son, snoring away, and just digging. Piglet decided Pooh can't plant the seeds himself. Then he wakes up. Shoving up the shovel down, Piglet moved stones, dug up the ground, hot sunshines. I think it's time to plant the seeds, Pooh finally called his friend. But Pooh, he just smiled over. Thank you, Piglet, he said. I'll plant them as soon as I wake up. Piglet shrugged. Never mind, Pooh. I'll be back with it tomorrow. Next day, when Piglet arrived at Pooh's garden, Pooh, already outside, licked honey with his paws. Are you ready to plant the seeds, Pooh? Piglet asked. Pooh mumbled something inside the honey jar, then sat back and looked back at Piglet gratefully. You're very kind, help me, Piglet, Pooh said. Growing a garden is very hard work. You know, and what the Pooh licking lips began to sing. Dig and water, weed and wait. Hurry up, flowers, don't be late. Turn to east, turn to west. Facing the sun is what we like best. Pooh liked the song so much he decided to sing it again. Piglet knew down the poking dirt, making holes in sunflower seeds, and then Roo came up hopping by. Pooh, Roo, I'm going to plant my sunflower seeds today. Don't forget to pat dirt down dough, reminded him. Days passed. Piglet and Roo showed up faithfully every morning. Then Pooh in his garden, watering, weeding, and painting and pulling. Working in the garden was hard work. Pooh did his part by adding new words for the song every day. Nothing's happening, said Roo, peering close at the ground. Gardens take time, Piglet said, crouching his closer look. Look what you would do some honey. Next day, Rabbit happened by where we dug and watered and weeded, but still no sunflowers. Rabbit catch his head. That was odd. How deep did you plant the seeds? Piglet said Roo to Pooh. Seeds, Pooh said Pooh. Pooh peered into the honey pot. Oh, he said in a sad voice. Then he pulled out his tiny sunflower, seed dripping his honey. Gardening makes me hungry. Pooh tried to explain. I thought sunflower seeds would keep me strength up. For a moment, no one knew what to say. Then Rabbit cleared his throat. Well, that's all right, Pooh. I think you could help me. So 3 friends followed Rabbit's garden. Sunflowers were standing there straight and tall. Rabbit handled out shovels and pointed to the ground. Each we dig a deep circle around the sunflower, he instructed them. And make sure you hit the roots. Piglet and Roo started us right in. Pooh learned on his shovel and watched. You two, Pooh called Rabbit, dig it. Pooh, Piglet, and Roo, Rabbit each dug a sunflower, then carefully carried the sunflowers back to Pooh's garden and planted them there. Well, Pooh, how do you like your garden now? Asked Rabbit. It's our garden, said Pooh. Because of you, without all of you, I wouldn't have a garden at all. Pooh and Piglet, as the 4 settled down for a rest, shouldn't give a garden a name. Oh yes, Pooh nodded. What a good idea. Everyone thought about. Finally, Pooh said, what about naming the friendship garden? And that day on, exactly what the garden was called.